Most people think their haymaker looks like this, but in reality, it probably looks like this. So if you think a haymaker's coming your way, the first thing that you should do is know where to look. I'm not looking at my attacker's eyes. I'm looking at the tee. I'm looking in between his chest. All of his body tells are gonna come from right here. If he starts to move his shoulder back, I can see it. His eyes can lie, his body can't. The second thing to understand is where you are in space. Are you at the tail end of the punch? Are you halfway in between, or are you all the way close? That's gonna dictate what our reaction is. So let's look and see if we're at the tail end of the punch. If we're at the tail end of the punch, we can simply come out of the way, making sure our chin is tucked, and we're ready to come back with offense of our own.
So for the ear strike, it would be the cup, or it can be straight hand as well. Here, what it does is actually puts extra air inside, so it can be more effective, okay? Now, what are the places that we can strike? So the most traditional way you're trying to hit is the cheek. This is the area because you've got the largest surface of the face, the jaw, that can knock you out, okay? It can also cause brain damage and things like that. It is quite effective and it can be very dangerous. So there is not much effect if I just do this. I'm not using my body. I want to make sure that I'm using my hips, the rotation, and so I can create a proper strike, okay? Because if I'm trying to use this, it can be really fast. We are just here talking and suddenly I just go there. You see the damage that it can do in someone's, you know, it will stop them in their movement of trying to attack you or do something, okay? So you can use this, you can use both hands, but it's very surprised movement. It's just from nothing, yes? And it's a lot of power that you can generate. Now, this is just power of my hand. Now this is my whole body creating the power in there.
So often when we're in a scenario where our back is against the wall, our attacker is gonna come for our throat. When we're here, there's a few different things I can do. First of all, I need to be aware of where his body is. I see that his arm is straight. I can come over the elbow, turn, and pull. Now, this can be a terrible place to be. My back's against the wall, my opponent's in front of me. However, if I'm crafty, I can use this to my advantage. My attacker's at my throat, I'm here on his arm, I'm pulling, and look what I've got here, I've got the wall. If my opponent's got me pushed all the way up against the wall, and he's too far away for me to do anything with my hands, I can defend myself with a single strike to the groin, or I can follow it up with a palm strike. The third technique can be a follow-up on the second. I can kick to the groin, and I can follow up with a palm strike to the throat. One of the first places I like to look for an attack when dealing with a larger opponent is the eyes. The eyes are a super vulnerable part of the body and can stop a fight instantly. If Andre's coming towards me to attack, I can defend myself. Or Andre's coming towards me to attack, I can defend myself actively, aiming for the eyes. When doing this, I like to take my hand and I like to make two big fingers. This allows me to enter the eye cavity quicker and with more efficiency. Eye strikes are a great place to start that you can then follow up with other moves such as takedowns. After you strike your opponent's eyes, you can start the takedown. One hand on the shoulder, one under the armpit, and you step in as you pull down and push up. Or I can turn the steering wheel. I need to make sure my leg is in the right position. So as I'm pulling, pushing, I need to make sure I'm also tripping. This is a very common scenario that you could find yourself in. Now, this is not a great position to be in. When we're here, we want to make sure that we make the best of it. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of space between Andre's arm and my neck. If I let him squeeze, I'm going to lose blood, I'm going to lose position, and it's not going to be good for me. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I've got my hands in here and I'm creating a little bit of space, giving myself some room to breathe. Now from here, once I've got a good grip, I can start to reach my arm up and over If I've got a good clamp grip on his shoulder, I can drop my arm under his leg and I can dump it. If you find yourself in this situation, you're likely not going to have much time to think. So anything that you can grab onto, pinch, or scratch is going to benefit you in some way, shape, or form. So you can come across, ear, eye, mouth, scratch. Another thing you can look for, groin strike, potentially an up punch, maybe a foot stomp. Again, anything to loosen this grip and get them off you. Bang, bang, bang. Anything.
Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new. As always, please like, subscribe, share our videos. We are here to all learn from each other and grow together.